think Trippier was right to say what he said, that it's not really down to what they're doing on the pitch. There's just so many players who are out of form. They're possibly out of form because they're exhausted. We've followed on from that by saying that in the reckoning, if the players are exhausted because there hasn't been enough rotation, then that will come back to rest at Howe's feet. I still don't know. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll have to change. I don't know why none of the kids have got on to blood them, even if they aren't going to be Premier League players. You don't know unless you give them a few runs out in the Premier League. And if nothing else, if Murphy comes on for 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the game, and there were games, I think the Brentford game was one where he could have done it. You're giving Hall a rest and you're not stressing him out. God knows where we will be if Lewis Hall gets another 10-game injury.
Yeah.
Similarly, can Sahar be any worse than Kieran Trippier, who, let's be honest, I mean, he did marginally better going forward against Brentford, but defensively, it's like Kieran Trippier's standard defensive position is running back to his own goal 5 or 6 yards behind the man with the ball. That happens on a regular basis. It's the norm.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got an under 18 team, we've got an under 21 team. There's plenty of other players in those positions to be able to have avoided this by in the right games and at the right time, bringing some kids on and giving their first choice 11 a breather. I mean,
Yeah.
the horse has bolted on that for it to make any impact this season, though. You know,
Yeah.
Bruno's taking longer to come back. Joe Linton's got his groin that's gone and out for I don't know how many games he's going to end up missing. Toon Army looks like he's running on empty. Um,
Yeah.
Miley's got a dead leg that takes 3 weeks to get over. It's down to how knackered these players are, because they keep going to the well in the same sort of group of 16 or 17 players, and we've got a 25-man squad with all of the kids as well. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that might be where he does have to take some accountability.
There's a few people in the chat, so I'm going to bring what I've starred so far. And again, thanks ever so much for everybody contributing to the show, just in chat, if you like, because again, this is what we need from you guys, because this isn't just us, our thoughts and opinions. It's the viewers' opinions that we need to reach out to and feed off tonight. And that's probably where we're going to be in tonight's early show, is virtually just looking and listening to you guys that go to these football games week in, week out, and feeling it. And we want to hear you, and obviously discuss some of the comments. So if there's anything in that are listening this morning that you want to bring into the show tonight, then let's hear your thoughts. Let's start with Trolls. What's Trolls saying? We have good players. It's just how not playing the right tacks, and playing players where they don't belong, and playing aging players over giving youth a chance when the games are lost. And I think that is exactly what you've just said there, Ian. We do seem to be allowing these, like, again, it's that old adage for Eddie Howe, which seems to have never failed him up until now, and that's utilise the tried and trusted that have got results, that have got them European competition, that have got them to semi-finals, winning a final, and things like that, and again, sometimes you can keep going back to that same level. You're never going to get the same results, because games change, opposition change against you, tactics, as we saw Brentford. We make a change, straight away they make a change. How long has it taken Eddie in the past when the opposition, same as Chelsea, when Chelsea came to St James's Park, they made a change and brought Enzo in the middle of the park. For that first 20 minutes of him being involved, we looked completely lost. They was cutting through us all the time, and it was too late by the time Eddie made a change to counteract it. And like I say, for me, it's criminal to still think that I'm looking at the Chelsea game and saying, why are you still looking for that goal when you're already winning? Why not just try and manage, become narrow, and stop the press from the opposition? You know, it just, like I said, it just seems the basics that sometimes goes awry. And again, is it Eddie Howe? Is it Eddie Howe, though, playing up to the fans? Is he trying to be the second entertainer?
I think he's gonna. First of all, I don't think it's necessarily wrong per se for him to rely on his tried and trusted. Um, it's just managing that squad. The thing is that there's no backup brought in to give them a break when they need a break, and so the tried and trusted starts being a tried and busted so often, can't it? Shall we say?
Love it.
I mean, I get what you're saying. There's definitely an argument that once you've taken the league, you ought to be concentrating on hanging on to that lead.
Live on YouTube,
on the website,
on DAB, and on your smart speaker. NUFC Talk Radio.